Do the heart, Rob. Welcome, guys. Please help us to tap the screen, y'all. We have like a snowman in front of here. You guys ready? Let's get ready. Wait for more people. Here's a snowman in front of the palace. So how many people know the late Qing Dynasty history of China? I assume like 95% of people doesn't know that. So this is a palace where the last emperor. I think lots of people saw that movie though. You guys ever saw the movie of Last Emperor? Last Emperor? Like the guy holds hostage by a Japanese army in here in Changchun. Welcome Priscilla. Welcome guys. Welcome Michelle. Yeah, we're live on this account. We're live on both accounts though. The other account we use camera. So we mainly use this account. Thank you for follow. Dimple, where are you from, Dimple? Welcome guys. Here's a check for people to come here. Welcome guys. Welcome. From Julie Wanty. It's kinda cold, but today we're going inside. Let's go through the place. Coordinator, follow Eric Parton. Welcome guys. Yeah, we're going inside. Beautiful vlog. Arnie, welcome. Let's keep going. This is basically the palace of last emperor. Keep going. Hey Alicia, welcome. Ranch, welcome. Hey Chad D, welcome. Go inside. Let me get my ticket out.二维码也可以是吧？我记得我截图了。完了没有截图，等一下。原来吃饭是送那个码是刷的，那个就是公交证都凉了，你都说吧。我车票吗？联票。
这个演出结束了，就11点一场
啊？
没看了吗？退了吧，重新买。
退了是吧？
单独买单独门票吧。
好。So I have to hold on. I have to. 它这上面没有，我买的时候它没有显示时间，我知道有2场，但我买的时候好像已经演完了啊。好吧，
你看你是几点的？
就是它那个美团上面没有显示时间，我在美团上买。
不知道3点半有没有一场吗？
没事，我先买票吧，我先买票。I'm trying to buy the ticket, guys. I'm trying to buy the ticket.
要不你就早上提前告一声，我给我的眉毛都齐没了。你看说了，
有小孩的，所有人过来，来，这给你扫。
学生证或者学信本啊。
师傅。
这边都能验啊。
这边都验儿子。
买来现在都走了。
Rose 回去 Yes, KBS. Rose is going back. Hold on. Let me. This is taking so long. Hold on. My ticket. There's a hard tournament. Damn, all of a sudden so many people. I'm out. Where's your ticket? No, like I have to buy online, so we're good now. So guys, welcome. You guys know the history of Qing Dynasty? How many people watched the movie Last Emperor of China? You guys saw that movie? You guys know the history about the last emperor? How many people know the? Because I have like PI now work to sell people. What does that believe? Bad thing in life, they are free. Yo, guys, you guys know the history of this page? You guys know the history of this page? What is like PI now work to sell? You don't have to come here. Believe. What is that? Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're still here. Are we good? Don't know the history, Torment. So, when the Qing Dynasty was, most place got occupied by lots of foreign countries, and the emperor basically lost control of China. They will follow winning. So, the Japanese army, they want the whole country bought to them. Welcome, thank you for following Mellow. The whole country, Japan is a small country, so if they try to occupy whole China, they need this kind of people to help them to make people bow down. And Chinese people is not that easy to bow down, right? So what happened was, this is in Changchun, right? You guys all know the Forbidden City is in Beijing, right? The last emperor, you guys saw the movie? The guy used to be occupying in Beijing, like that's the capital city of China. And then when Qing Dynasty lose the war, and the emperor got relocated here by Japanese army. So the guy have to stay here, and they use Changchun Hogwarts. Nah, Louis, not Hogwarts. It's just like this is the place that was humiliation. Japanese army putting the last emperor here to tell them, look, this is your new palace for China. As you can see, you guys, how many people have been to the Forbidden? How many people have been to like Forbidden Palace? And with a harp, Chris. So this is when Japan tried to occupy whole China, but they cannot convince the whole country to follow them. Then you follow Jing, and then they put the last emperor here. You been here before, Chris? Oh, that's good. So they put the last emperor here, setting him as this kind of like a legitimate. Help me out. So it's like the emperor. No, just being Shanghai and Hangzhou. Yeah, when we're in Changchun right now, and this is the imperial palace. Legitimate. Thank you, Chris. Why won't China invade Japan now? Because China never invade other country though. Illegitimate. No, they try to put the last emperor as this kind of puppet to make people bow down. And the fact is, we all know there's like a fake government. So, but you see, like if you've been to like Forbidden City, Forbidden Palace, you will see the comparison of this one and the original one. They said, look, this is your new palace now, and they put the last emperor here. They try to make the last emperor, tell the whole country that, look, this is our new government, and we need to work with Japan to build a new government. So this is a place with all this kind of history of humiliation. Thank you for follow. Update. Invading other country not good. China never invade any other country though. And we definitely not go to other country just take your president. It's not, based on the long history, the cultural influence, we were taught that's, if you're doing invading, you need to expecting other people invading you back. Tibet, this is not in Tibet. We're in Changchun, it's northeast of China. So as you can see, actually guys, we're going live on both accounts because the other account I have like I'm worried about if they, stop us from recording for live stream. So I go live on both. That's so true, bro, Philly. Yeah, you cannot do that kind of thing. Welcome, Terry. Is everything good? We're in Changchun right now. Can we wait for more people? Guys, I'm freezing cold out here. You see? I'm freezing cold out here. I think most of the people don't know the history about this place. So let me just record this area. Record this. So let me do some video here. So guys, we're in front of the Imperial Palace. I'm going to sleep. I'm sorry, it's kind of late, Terry. They opened this place after 10 a.m. I have to come here do some adjusting. But yeah, guys, we're in front of the Imperial Palace of Manchukuo. Manchukuo used to be this kind of fake government, like sponsor or help established by the Japanese army. So night, Terry. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Rafa. So what you're seeing right now is this kind of like a puppet government set up by Japan in the late Qing Dynasty. So what happened with the history is that I don't know how many people saw the last emperor of Qing Dynasty. The last emperor, thank you for the heart, Paul, thank you for the heart, Philly. So we're snowing right now, yes. Temperature is almost like minus 15 Celsius, which is like 10 to 15 Fahrenheit. Thank you for the heart, KBS. Bonjour, Nat. We watched the movie in high school. Yeah, if you watch the movie, that's the last emperor, right? That when he grew up, Qing Dynasty basically lose control of the China. And then the Japanese army, they tried to occupy the whole country, but Chinese people never bowed down. We tried, like for the regular people, ordinary people, we never tried to bow down to such a small country. So they need to find a way. So what they're doing, they try to put in the last emperor into this palace to tell the whole China, look, this is your king, this is our emperor. He's with us right now. We try to build a new government, bow down to the emperor, bow down to Japan, and try to create new, this kind of like Asian community. But the thing is, like with the conquer or with the invading of Japan, not only in China, if you go to see Korea, Philippines, and all the other Asia country, you will find out it's all the slaughter and lots of like bad activity going on. So when it was in 1930s, 1920 to 30s, but late 30s is when they built this place. Into war camp at one point though. No, war camp is from New China, but not for him though. Like not only for him. It's like war camp is like every government official need to go through the war camp. So it's definitely not like, because back then we don't have any war camp. We can talk about that later. But it's also for my grandparents. You know, all the Japan land. There's no Japan at that time. It's all China. No, Japan has been more than 2,000 years. Japan has been Japan a long time. Japan has its own land. Okay, Japan has its own land for a long time, but usually most of the time back then, the indigenous people of Japan. Why is kids screaming like that? He's eating the snow. I think that's a kid from the south. So by the way, but anyway, so they putting this place. They putting this place to convince Chinese people to bow down to Japanese occupation. But then it failed because nobody do not eat snow. No. So anyway. So you see, Japan failed. And this kind of place actually caused more and more rebellion force in China comes up, including Communist Party. And the Republic of China also rise up at that time. Hey, Leo, so we are in front of this Manchukuo Imperial Palace of Manchukuo, where they put the last emperor. Thank you for the blooming ribbons. They will follow Ralph. They will follow Shenxia. So I hope you guys can understand, you know, this is a history. That little island was trying to make you kneel, right? I mean, there's a reason for Japan to do such a thing, okay? Japan, even though they have like a land area, but it's not easy for them to grow enough food for them. Like and also they have several earthquakes. So when we're looking at the history, we're looking at, you know, what's really happened. Even we got invaded so hard back then, because Qing Dynasty was pretty corrupted. So we're not able to fight back at that time from Qing Dynasty. And then the more rebellion force like Republic of China and Communist China rise up to take back all the land. And this kind of palace, we still keep this to make people remember the history. This is a humiliation of the whole country. We set this up, and now we're going into the museum. Okay, So I hope everybody's ready. Let's explore the whole place. We live in like. Why is other girl crying? Mom, kid. Oh, mom crying to the kid. Bro, lots of drama already. Bro, guys, I'm sorry. Like, we saw this. Apparently, Jakarta just passed Tokyo, one of the most popular cities. Man, no, I think it's, you know, I saw this with Rose on the street of Chongqing because there's several like spoiled kids. They, you know, abusing their parents. That's the parents going like crazy right now. Like, I didn't blame you. I didn't like tell you were wrong, but why you have to treat me like that? I'm doing a translation right now. Damn. RP. See? The whole world is angry. Not beef, bro. I don't know. It's just like what happened here. Looks cold. Yes, we're in the same city, Paul. Yesterday we were in the ice festival, right? Let's keep going. You can also find Hemi Wonders on YouTube right now. So you see, RP Cope. Yeah, warm their backside. Let's go inside to the palace. Okay, let's see. Is that okay too? So it's like a Tongde Hall. They have the English version here too. So the Tongde Hall was originally a temporary palace for government affair processing, entertaining and living. Can you guys take a screenshot? You know, follow CC Branding. Yesterday Ice Castle. Yeah, Hatch, we will be coming back to the Ice Castle, but Changchun also have this kind of palace. Used to host the last emperor as a puppet government. Try to blackmail the whole China. The heart CC brand, you welcome. Take a screenshot here. Okay. 中文 Trader's Palace. Yeah, I'm on GI. So basically, the last emperor used to, you know, he tried to work, but he got hostage. I think the last emperor is a very interesting character. If you guys ever watched the movie of the last emperor, well, no, that guy have no choice throughout his whole life. Ever since he was growing up, all his decision is made by her grandma, and most of his life got hostage, blackmail. Really have the choice? Yeah, he doesn't have the choice. Which movie on China history? It's called. Go check the Last Emperor. And the Last Emperor, most of the time, the guy is living in the Forbidden Palace, not here. It's kind of sad to be honest. Yeah, but he was born in such like a bad time, and at that time, because of the Qing government too corrupted, so he got no choice. Even his wife have to, you know, cheated him. Back then it used to be queen, right? The queen cheated him, having another baby with the security. That's like another story, the scandal. But let's keep going. Anniversary today. Anniversary here today for what? Welcome. Let them cook. Chat. Look at this whole place. See, they tried to decorate this place so well. See, that's a local guy here. Hold on. Oh yeah. We're also live on YouTube. Okay. Love seeing the city of China. Welcome, Erica. Look at here. Look at the detail here, guys. Look at the detail here. Welcome, chats. This is Japanese build or Chinese? It's Japanese build. Like I think I was like Japanese for Chinese build this place. There's like a government. It's like they call it a union government of Japan and China, and they want to host the. They ask you. They want to host the last emperor as hostage to blackmail the whole China. Everything you see here, and if you compare this place to Forbidden City, is such a difference, right? Forbidden City is much massive. It was already occupied by Japan back there. Not enough louder, for real. What about now? We good? We good now? Is voice good? The voice is not good, guys. Voice is not good. The voice is not good. Hey guys, right now we're majorly going live on Free Humming Wonders, but we're also going live on here on Humming Wonders, and also like we can hear emoji. Okay, cool. Look at the detail here. That's good. Thank you, Rich. Let's keep going. Look at the detail here. Look at this detail here. And for people sound out, thank you, Paul. So for people missing out the content, you can go check the replay on YouTube too. Like, since we're going inside a museum today, I'm bringing this camera in case, you know, if they don't allow us to do live show, we can just do the shooting from this camera. Let's keep going. That's all the detail of the space. So actually, you know, starting from Qing Dynasty, you know, it's like the whole humiliation of China. We call it 100 years humiliation. So your emperor got hostage, and he has to do whatever Japan offer him to do. And all the details here. That's the structure. I mean, the point is, most of people got no clue about history here, right? I suppose most of people that from your life, you got no knowledge about anything happened, like since when Japan occupied China. Most of people didn't even know that part. But that's the real history. That's why I encourage you guys. I know China has a complete history similar to Russia, good or bad. It's nice to see. Everywhere have good or bad history. Look at this. How close are you to Harbin? 4 to 5 hour drive. Look at the detail here. As you can see, the decoration is a combine of the Qing Dynasty decoration with the add of some Japanese touch. So if you see the middle of the chair, that's like one of the flower that are from Japan. So basically they try to trap the dragon here to control the whole China. Look at that. It's called audience chamber. You guys can see the character here. So this is where the emperor seeing all those. So he tried to be the emperor here again. But at that time, it's no point for him to be like emperor again, because nobody tried to have another emperor. We already have revolutionary power that push more and more people, push more like parties comes up, including Republic of China, including Communist of China, right? And look at detail here. So nobody buying this. Even though Japan is trying so hard, they try to combine everything. They set like a temporary government, calling that's like a Manchukuo. So much happened in 1940s, right? But it's a very crucial time for sure. At that time, nobody buying this, and then you have like the revolutionary power comes up, historic architecture, yes. And you have more people comes up, That's when we have the Communist Party rise up. People waking up. We don't want emperor anymore. That's a gift shop. See? It's a gift shop. I have to buy more things here. Let's keep going. Yeah, guys. For people missing out, the ice slide and a crazy ice view. Enjoying life tomorrow. For the next 2 days, I'm planning like spamming that ice festival, but you know, since we're already in Changchun, I also try to come here to witness the history. Thank you to heart, Miss White. Guys, please help us to tap the screen. Welcome, Miss White. Okay, so it used to look like this. The whole palace look like this. And even worse trader than Puyi. Manipulate who won't choose to. Yeah, Amanji. You're right with the history. Snow outside? No, it was snowing, Toy Man. It was snowing to my face. Remember the kids chasing the snow to swallow it? You cannot share my life. Can you guys share my life, guys? Brandy, you got a problem share the live today? Keep going here. That is very... Amount you can share the live. Thank you, Tiana. Yeah. It will repose, Miss White. It will repose over. Big snow here. Yeah, I saw that. US got hit with the big snow. Like ice. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry. Who owns the property? What country? Beach Bum. Did you miss the whole story, Beach Bum? So, right now it's owned by government here. But back then it was built up by Japanese army to put in the last emperor of China here. Ever follow CR7? Being all messed up. Yeah, I know, Randy. It's okay. That's why, you know, all OGs can enjoy the view, you know, enjoy the, you know, live stream today. Yeah, we got a lot of snow being shoveling in 6 hours. That's a lot of work. Name of this palace? This is called Imperial Palace of Qing Dynasty, or Manchukuo. You guys know Manchu power? The Manchukuo power. I know all that. I just want to know who owns the property today, who's responsible for the building. Beach Bump, because right now it's, you know, all the tourism area, right? We set this place like a museum. So Free Hemi Island, welcome, thank you. Messed up in America, I don't know about everywhere else. Japanese trap the emperor. They use the emperor as a puppet, try to make all country to bow down, because it's so hard for a small country to make everybody kneeling in China. Like, they can occupy part of the area, but most other area we never say, like, you know, you occupy us. So they need some kind of legitimacy, and they try to trap the emperor and try to make the emperor force everybody to bow down. So that's what we're here. We're here try to, you know, tell the, you know, see the history. This is where, you know, you guys all, if you ever saw the Last Emperor movie, you'll find out. Okay, I should be like quiet. I just hear like I'm too loud here. Like, Last Emperor was raised up in the Forbidden City. Forbidden City is where all the Qing Dynasty live, for the emperor, the royalty family live. But here, they transfer him here because Japan already occupied that place, the Forbidden City. So they try to relocate the last emperor, setting him here, and try to let him tell, can we see of what? They try to force the emperor. The picture on the wall, that's all. I mean, that's all Chinese. That's why, like, I don't know. Like, that's all the picture of this place. See, that's all the picture of this place. 1945, 54. That's all the history here. But there are not so many changes. Actually, the building got you know, preserved pretty well. Like, there's nothing changed there. It's a temporary occupation. It used to be in 1945. You know, when the new China was built up, you know, we used this as the first car mechanic school. So Changchun is very similar to Detroit. Used to be the center of this car manufacturing. Did you guys know that? Changchun used to be the car manufacturing city. So this building used to be like a building car. You guys didn't know that, right? Changchun used to be the car manufacturing city, and the whole northeast of China back then are the heart. When the new China was born, was established, was built up for like Sausage Island, Emperor Palace to car plant. Yeah, I mean, when China was first built, like we know the importance of industrialization. So heavy industrial plants are built up in northeast of China. Now building electric cars, yeah, but it's most of the factory now are in the south right now. But northeast of China used to be the heart of economy, resource, including the mineral, all those, even fossil like gas. I'm telling you, like northeast of China, including Harbin, Heilongjiang province, Jilin province, and Liaoning province, used to be the heart of China when China was first, like the new China was first built up. So they are just like a blood bag, sending all the resources to every city of China. The importance of Dongbei, we call Dongbei, so the northeast of China, is very important. But now, because the focus of the economy is in the south right now, so the whole North Sea is kind of fall behind. Because they take this kind of heavy factory, move them to the south and even overseas. So the economy a little bit suffered a little bit. Yeah, for people like seeing me on like Hemi Wonders, check on free Hemi Wonders. Okay. Keep going. Where there are emperor, they had the original bodies. What do you mean original body? Thank you for sure, Maverick. Japanese explored a lot of industry and the mines in the Manchukuo region. Yes. They took all the resources back then. I mean, the whole history of Japan most of the time is coming from invading or taking. Otherwise, they don't have enough resources. Look at Japan right now. The economy is suffering. But if they don't change the way they're doing things, they were doing the things again. The Prime Minister of Japan is talking about, she's going crazy talking about trying to have a war with China. You can try that now. It's being a palace, then a school, then a car factory, and then a school and now museum. Yes, almost like that, Paul. But it used to be the palace, and that's like a fake palace. Like the guy doesn't even have any kind of actual power. The guy is basically manipulated by the Japanese army, and nobody listened to him. When he got put in this palace, that's when the whole dynasty already gone. He tried to build up a new dynasty. And that's when the whole China called him a traitor, because he's on the side of Japan. If you are like emperor of the whole country, you shouldn't be on the other side, right? Ignoring the fact that your people got invaded, got everything, they got resources taken. You shouldn't be doing that. A new owner? No, Maverick, I don't know. Like we came to this place. There's a history. It's fine. I mean, I see this coming. I used to we started live with 100 people, and now the more I talk about Japan, the less people watching. It's a historical lesson for my OGs, okay? If you guys are interested in history, we're gonna talk about that. I didn't even side with anything. I'm just giving you the fact, and the fact based on the historical facts here. Father prays. So, branch owners refuse to collaborate. Yeah, I mean, you're able to refuse to collaborate, but for Puyi, the last emperor, he got no choice. Like his whole life got whole sausage. Trade or just manipulate through fear. I mean, Paul, we would say his whole life got manipulated. If you saw the movie of the last emperor, think of the Hi, Stacy. Oh, what is that? Freddie, come on. We don't have to go too far. Okay, we just talk about history. Stacy, welcome, Stacy. And this is how they're talking about people renewing this place. Let's go. Look at the decoration here. I think most of the interior is like rebuilt it already. Let's go. Boogie, Stacy. Yeah. That's really thank you, Sister Brandy. Brandy, did you change your username or is this your first time, like your first time come here? I think you were the like OG, right? One of the OG. But did you change your name? Thank you to her. Only TikTok was sold not worldwide. But I will tell you, Philly. U.S. TikTok is the most important part of TikTok. It's basically like TikTok, you know. I think there's something, you know, some trade going on between China's government. We cannot talk too much. Okay, we can. Is this basically like, look, we sold this, you know, you can make money, and then, you know, you see like U.S. right now basically doesn't want to mess with China anymore. How sudden TikTok so important. Hey, Kimber, welcome, Kimber. Look at this whole place. I don't know, guys. This is just history. Look at the interior. Bro, this place. This place is crazy. No, Brandy, we don't have to. That's brand new, like build up new, Paul. This whole place built up new. Is this a palace? This is a palace to host the last emperor, Puyi, you know, of Qing Dynasty. Nice building. Yeah, building nice. Look at the interior. This flower is called Lanhua. Like Yo-Yo, help me out. What's the English name of Lanhua? I feel one would need to stand in terms of China. Of course, Stacy. There's lots of things for you to see. So art. But Stacy, you have to understand, this is where they host the last emperor for hostage by the Japanese army. This room is nice. Yeah. But can you imagine it for businesses is much nicer? So for the last emperor, it's basically like he used to live in like such a big place, and then he got moved into this little apartment. We'll follow that. Take as known as the audience room. That's his living room. This was supposed to be the former place for Puyi to meet guests and judge his high-ranking puppet officials. It was formerly used after its completion. Later, it was adapted into the depository of Buddhist scriptures, where the Grand Tripitaka was placed. Oh, then used to put in the scriptures. The viewing room. Orchard? Yes. So, Amonji, thank you. And orchard is this kind of like the broader flower of other flower like Japan, the juhua, chrysanthemum, that flower. So they're saying like, look, we're brothers, and then we can manage this whole country together. But only the last emperor is a brother with them, nobody else. So they'll be losing the power here. Look at that. The decoration here. This is where the Japanese took the emperor to and held them captive. Yes, Philip, you're right. So, but imagine this is like the, you know, imagine you used to have like a mansion and now you drop into like an apartment. That's basically what happened to the last emperor. That's right. Make sure, Stacy. Look at this page. The details. I mean, we just want to try to explore this place. $9,000, yeah. 2-hour apartment like that. Basically, you know, the Japanese army tried to make him feel good. That's his bag. What is that? That's his bedroom. This one is the bedroom. There's like a, hold on, waiting for the tourist group going out. That's his bedroom. I mean, still nice though. It's definitely better than my car. My car is my bedroom now. Look at the bed there. Uncle saying the bed is a little bit small for emperor. Yeah. He got treated so nicely. Stacy, because he was held hostage and he's this kind of emperor, so they want to let him talk to all the Chinese people to kneel. You know, does that make sense, Stacy? For example, your whole country got occupied, like half of the country got occupied by Japanese army, and then they need to host, because the whole country didn't say, you know, because Japan is such a small country, right? It's so hard for them to occupy the whole country, like such a big country, and nobody wants to be like Japanese. And then they need to host the emperor as a hostage, and then blackmail the whole China, saying, "Look, this is your new dynasty. This is your new king. Bow to the king and bow to Japan." Nice place. See, Brandy, right? And if you're like emperor of the country, if you surrender, then that means most of your people will suffer. Like outside of in Harbin, they set up a whole lab. You know, whole lab in Harbin that using human as like experimentation. So, but nobody listened to this guy though. That's why like we still preserve this area as this kind of like humiliation of the country. You know, it's a history. Wait, Annie, what is that, Nat? Where is the emperor room? That's the emperor's room. That's his bedroom. And Stacy, you need to remember, if you go to Forbidden City, he used to have like 10,000 rooms for himself, and now he's ending up in here. This place is like 70 years old. That's his bedroom. That's his bedroom. Imagine you used to have the whole Forbidden Palace. You used to own the whole Forbidden Palace. Yeah. The whole Forbidden Palace is owned by the emperor. He have kids? I mean, he got some problem having kids. He had kids. Some of the kids, you know, died mysteriously. And oh, that's a creepy doll. Look at that. His wife even cheated on him from with other security. His whole life is kind of miserable, to be honest. The sound thing get out. Run, and zoom up the door. Let's do this. Super soldiers. in their labs. Not like Brahma is not like super soldiers. They have the whole experimentation to test the virus and everything. And now it's all going to America. Bro, I shouldn't talk too much, but there's a history. What we do. See, the more we're talking, Japan left when he got put into war camp. No, I told you, Freddy, it's not only him. Right? If you're associated with the work, like with the government, everybody go to camp. Even my grandparents. Like it's just like they want to. That's like cultural revolution. I think I told you guys several times. The war camp back then to overreacting from the local government. Like yeah, that's right. Why did the wife cheat on him and how they always home? I mean, the wife is kinda. The queen back then used to be this kind of like free spirit, but they were born in the wrong time. They were just born in the wrong time. But they treat him extra bad, at least according to the movie. Extra bad, I don't know about that. Like the movie is shot by the Italian movie star, right? Like the director. But if you look into the true history, the guy living well enough to end his life, he's like a normal person, just another normal person. One thing about Communist Party, especially if he's like used to be like an emperor, nobody treat him bad. His whole mansion got protected. And then look at, even for the Republic of China, Chiang Kai-shek, all his property, all his stuff are still remaining there. When did he die? I forgot, like 70s, 80s? No, 80s, 90s, I forgot. I usually don't pay attention to this kind of thing. Try to minimize and Google something, the volume goes down. Be right back. Yeah, Stacy, I'm sorry, because you can also check on TikTok, on like YouTube and Twitch. Playing the wonders. If you guys are missing the whole live stream, go check on YouTube for replay. I was info, I need to see what then have a camera when it's supposed to based on a true story. Because the last Emperor movie, they need to make this emperor look so sad, right? It is sad you used to own the whole country and then you got nothing, but you also have to know they were emperors. Emperors own things from, this kind of occupation and lots of like manipulation of the people. The Republic of China stands out by Sun Zhongshan, Sun Yat-sen, like I forgot. People translate his name in like a weird way. I think from Cantonese. But it started with Sun Zhongshan and starting the new thinking of China, and then it passing down to different kind of thinking, including communism or socialism. This man's room. That's a woman's room. Saying yes, right. So he probably lived a better life than every person back then. He's actually, throughout his whole life, he got treated well because he's the emperor. Okay, people still try to put respect to him, and there's no reason to like put him like a bad situation, because basically this guy got no thinking. Like he doesn't have any kind of like a very strong opinion about everything. He only know that he lost everything, the Qing Dynasty. And send you a DM so you can send me information about it. Yeah, Brandy, the YouTube channel is called Hemi Wonders. Hemi Wonders. Just search Hemi Wonders right now. We're going live right now on YouTube too. Let's see. I mean, lots of the movie in the 80s, 90s about China is also portrayed China as such a they try to glorify the emperor to demonize the new China. Ever since 60s, 70s, because Communist Party taking over China, and then they start to do the bad mouthing about China. A very sheltered childhood. Yes, nice. I think it's mainly because of his grandma. Okay, like Cixi is the what's the name for the goddess? Like for the queen, the mother of the king. I've always loved China. One day I will get there. Yes, Brandy will be here waiting for you, Brandy. Oh, there's more people coming. They even have the pool table here. Yeah. Empress, yes. Empress basically is so corrupted and control everything, and he made lots of false decisions for the whole country. Actually, Qing Dynasty wasn't that weak until she, controlled the whole power. It will be a party. Of course, Granny. Where's the throne room? I think the living room is the throne room. He's also playing piano. Look at his face. Like the Qing Dynasty clothing in here. Oh, Qing Dynasty, right? So Puyi learned to play piano and compose music while living in the Forbidden City in Beijing. After construction of the Tongde Palace, a dedicated piano room was set up. A pianist named Guan Liang helped it. Dan Feng, what up, Dale? Welcome, Dale. We're live in this palace, of Imperial Palace of Manchukuo. That's the backyard. You see it snowing outside. It's so beautiful, right? I mean, I would say when you come to China, we do have ice festival, all amazing things. But going through the historical building and historical site is also pretty good, for you to understand the true history. All those media, including movie like Last Emperor, the way they describe China, the new China, always in such a bad way. So, sometimes people are innocent. People get all the information from the movie, from this kind of narrative. But people ignore the fact that there's actual living proof, historical proof here for you to just discover. And I have been, hey, Garcia, welcome. I have been trying to study Mandarin. I know a little. In the rose women. Those kind of things you will never see from other media, all that. They won't be showing you this. In the Western culture, they won't be showing anything of this. That's why when people see a palace, it's so Stacy was here. Stacy, look, this whole palace is so good, but if you don't know the context, you don't know the humiliation behind all of those things. To our Chinese people, you see the decorated furniture, everything here, but it's not that good in memory. Okay, that's basically humiliation. You got your whole emperor trapped here, held hostage. How many last good Chinese Russian guy in anywhere? That's a movie. I don't know. Jackie Chan. At least we got Jackie Chan, Brahma. That's the guy. That's the guy Puyi right there. So this is a routine meeting chamber. Ice festival? Nah, we're actually not in an ice festival right now. This is a palace. Yeah, Garcia. This is the palace, Imperial Palace for the last emperor, built up by Japanese army. So they try to put the emperor into this palace setting up a new government, try to tell Chinese people to bow down to the emperor here. Is that a king? That's the last emperor of Qing Dynasty. And they try to control, manipulate this guy to make all China bow down to this guy. And this is his palace, but this is the guy who used to own the whole Forbidden City. You guys ever heard of Forbidden City? Okay, so this is where the room the emperor used to meeting all those Japanese officials. Where's the city now? We're in Changchun City, northeast of China. Changchun. The reason they set up the palace here because it's also more closer to Japan. And northeast of China used to be occupied by Japan the earliest. They invaded northeast of China first. They did him wrong big time. He was the one. Not like he wasn't the one actually. That's why we have new forces, new thinkings, new revolutionary power. Republic of China set up after the whole country, the whole emperor dynasty went down, and then then you have the communist China and all the new thinkings. I mean, it's a process. The way the emperor go down, the way people rise up, which is not bad. But that at that time it's definitely like we call it 100 years humiliation. So I think that should be the throne room. Tried to tell him, but he didn't listen. I mean, his wife even cheated on him, so I think was he a part of communists? No. You have to understand, for emperor, back then the system is also a hierarchy system. We don't have that in China anymore. New China tried to, just take this kind of like a hierarchy system away from regular people. So smooth enough to make him believe it was his idea. It was not smooth enough. Bro, Brandy. I mean, they were saying that he got, like, the emperor got some, problem with, you guys know. People are saying, like, because he growing up in the palace, in the Forbidden Palace. During the time when he grew up, he started getting into this kind of things too early. So he got a problem of, like, reproduce. That might also be the reason. I think this is the part that, like, Maverick want to hear. Right, Maverick? He had like 1,000 of wives back then, but even at pretty early age, like 10, he's starting doing things around 10 years old, I guess. But that's all the rumor, okay? The government here also don't want us to know too much, the history. There's several like scandal books about him, but I don't know if like convincible or not. Are we lagging now? Are we still good? Bro, Dylan, what is wrong with you? Are they for sale, Godwin? Definitely not for sale. It's like a historical like site. Bro, this actually looking good though. Look at inside. They try to. That's basically what the Japanese paint tarot of Japanese style. Nice place. Good that come from that way too? I need to go that way. You been off and on, but never last long. That's kind of sad though, Randy. What is that? Ladder and climb up. Go up stairs. Stairs or stores? Look at this place. Oh, we turn a circle. We finished the page. Now it's the entrance. So who owns the place now? The government. It's the government, like this tourist area. That's why the government owns here. I think they will have like a private company manage this place, but nobody owns here. Right here. Look at all the decoration here. Crazy. I need to apologize. That was it. No, there's only one building. We have another, but I think this is where the guy lived. Let's go up. Oh, people just like taking photos out there. See? I think that's her son or something. Come on, let's Hi Cody, welcome. Now we're going to another garden. Okay, I need to. Cody, I saw you like follow me on Twitch already. Hold on, I saw you follow me on Twitch. Hey guys, we're also going live on Twitch. You know, Twitch, YouTube, and my other Hemi Wonders account. So if you guys want to, we mainly talking to the chat on free Hemi Wonders. If you guys, you know, are still on my main account or YouTube, I'm saying hi to you guys now. Way bigger from outside. Yeah, this whole place look like this. The whole place look like this. I took the page trying to figure out where you were reading from. Cody, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm reading from very Hemi Wonders. See you guys? We're live on Free Hemi Wonders right now. Diane, nice, wow. That's a whole huge garden. And definitely lots of Japanese touch. Right, for the place like 80 years old. See? Almost 90. 1938. It's late 30 years. Late 1930. 1937 is when Japanese army invaded. 1937 to 1945 is when the whole, you know, China and Japan war for 80 years. Actually, they invaded a long time ago, but you know, it's 1937 is when we started fight back, and we have more like individual rebellion force comes up, try to go against them, because the Qing Dynasty government definitely not, you know, fighting back. They were doing such a bad job on that. The emperor looks Filipino. I mean, we are Asians, math. We are Asians. He look Filipino. We are Asians, bro. I'm gonna go popular, Cody. Other page here. Imperial Air Raid Shelter. So they also have like an air raid shelter there. Museum of the History of North Sea China under Japanese occupation. He's even got a swimming pool. Damn. So there's a whole museum of Japanese occupation. Let's go inside. You guys might see some, detail of how people got treated during the Japanese occupation. There's other historical evidence, I think. Oh, that's the exit. We cannot. Let's finish this part first, and then we'll come back maybe. It's my swimming suit. I'm ready. It's so cold out here, Brandon. Inside the building they have heat system. It's not that cold. So when you finish this part and then going to that place. I'm going to that place later. I know, but it's freezing. Frozen. Oh, this is the painting and calligraphy room. We go swimming on. Yeah, they still keep this kind of like. It's not inside. It's outside, Brandon. It's outside. So for the Forbidden City, if you go there right now, it's basically also not a museum. So for the emperor back then, they will be collecting all those good paintings, calligraphies. We're in China right now, Ray Rock. You're right, we're in China. We'll be collecting everything like this. See all the details of the painting back then. Nice strokes. Never took others serious. So I gotta be one that took really fun. Like this is just like all those old ancient calligraphy. Is there any Japanese here right now? I'm telling you what happened with Japanese dissidents. Most of the Japanese dissidents, like when Japan leave the country, they took whatever they can they can take, and then they leave. That's a guy. They leave the kid. Like lots of Japanese dissidents got left here. Because when they're like, most of the soldiers, when they come to China, they already have family in Japan. They cannot bring all those kids back to Japan. So they also left lots of like Japanese dissidents, like kids, in China. Couple and lots of America. So this is when the emperor was doing this like a painting. Checking the painting and everything. room of painting and calligraphy. You have a proper vote, remember? But that's when you're talking about, you know, China's huge country. Even there's like Japanese people living in China, like this is the reason why they try to occupy the emperor and try to trap the emperor to make people kneeling. They just cannot conquer the whole China. They just cannot. They're too small to do that. I mean, math, they speak both languages, so most of the time they speak Chinese. You don't even know they're Japanese. There's no difference. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, he's like this puppet. We call puppet. He was used by the Japanese army to tell the people that, look, this is your emperor. You have to bow down to him. You have to bow down to the Japanese army. No. Does that make sense? No, like for us, guys, I think we need to talk about this. In China, we just don't put people in different groups. Like if you live in China, you're born in China, you're Chinese. So we don't overemphasize you're like American or Japanese or Filipino. If you're born in China, you're Chinese. And if you're living well enough, you speak Chinese, we call you Chinese. So we don't have this kind of problem of discrimination. You understand that? Like if you grow up in here, you can speak Japanese language, you're a Japanese descendant, fine. You're Chinese. I think the ideology of this, like try to divide people into different kind of roots, is not good. What the Japanese emperor like? Malaysia, I heard about. Yay or not? Malaysia? What? Yay or low? What is yay or low? All Chinese pretty much though. You see like to Camber, like we're all Chinese, right? Camber saying like, aren't you all like Chinese? Right. So you see we're standing here with the last emperor. Hello Casey, welcome. That's great. Wishing it was like that. I mean, yes, if you're American, you are American. You're born in America, you're Americans. I don't know why, you know, the media, everything, like they try to portray people in different roots, but saying if you're born in America, you're American. I love Casey, this is great. It's not always that small. Bro, Brandy, are you crazy, man? Actually, every time you're like grandmother, father. I mean, like, you decide who you want to be. You know? If you want to be like American, you want to be any kind of, well, you can be that. I don't think like people need to judge people who they are, right? If people want to be, America is all diverse country. Diverse doesn't mean you have to be like pointing people out. You see, you have to decide who you are. You are not decided by other people. We're in this kind of society, like in China, all those Japanese descendants, you know what's the sad part about them? Some of them, they don't want to be Chinese. And they are not accepted by Japanese. They got abandoned here. You guys know? I think you need to decide who you are. You are not defined by any other people. But if you don't, we're all human, right? Can be whoever you want, right? I mean, you need to decide who you are. Like, don't even care about other people saying. But as regular people, we shouldn't be judge other people. It's like where you from, who you are. Morning. Where are we this morning? Channy, we're in this like imperial palace of Manchukuo. I saw the scripture of Buddhism. Buddhism scriptures. There. Room of Scriptures. Tradition of Qing Dynasty who believe in Buddhism, and he often read Buddhist canon in the heart. And left Forbidden City, he carried a few scripture with him. Buddhism classics, Shrangama Sutra. Can you guys see the characters well from this distance? Take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. You're joking. I know you're joking, but it's still wild, Randy. Keep going on here. Chinese. How cold is it now over there? It's like minus 15 Celsius. I think we finished the work down here. Let's go to the evidence room. See the historical evidence of how the Japanese army occupied here. 5 Fahrenheit, thank you. I had Japanese, but west of that. I'm gonna try to get this. Keep going. Thank you, Tiana. They keep going. Indian here and uncle mistake me as Indian. Look at her, Brandy. But Brahma, you're Canadian, right? Because the Japanese built this building, or is it Chinese? Japanese built the building. They built a whole palace to put an emperor here. Did you go to a car ice ride yesterday? Yes, Jenny. I went to that. I will try to upload video later. Last night I was on call with my family, so I don't have enough time. But you know, we will come back to the ice festival tomorrow. You guys ready? How many people missing out the ice festival yesterday? Or in Changchun City today? It's forbidden to smoke in here. Will freeze for us again, yeah. Watch out for the video. Thank you, Jenny. Went to bed right after you got on. Now, Tiana, there's more. This, you know, country actually have more, like, right. Thank you, let them properly. Me, TikTok was all messed up. I don't know, Brandy. How messed up is messed up. So this is the historical evidence room for the Japanese, you know, for the Dongbei, like northeast of China, under the Japanese occupation. So I would say, buckle up, be prepared for some, you know, evidence. My wife loved going to a museum and learn from other culture in Florida. Yes, like one thing about China is that every city will have the museum for you to study. We do have the problem. We don't have. Oh, they have this kind of shrine to, Japanese people, they have this kind of shrine to still paying tribute, like prayers to the war criminals. They also tried to build one here, but they didn't finish that. Keep showing me how video I will go in this video or live. Yeah, TikTok have the problem with the server recently. You don't have to worry about that. We should be good later. Like they need some time to improve everything. But I was saying that, guys, TikTok is going to be help people making money in the future, because when they owned by U.S. company, they will try to generate more profit. That's what they really want. But we do have the problem in the future. We might not be able to talk too much about anything like serious. We have to be prepared for that. And that's the major change of TikTok. But for being like an influencer, enjoy the account, make money, you will be fine. I've been telling people like TikTok has been falling behind for like 2 years after the Congress thing. That could go over. People, oh my. Yes, Brandy. I do notice that too. Let's go inside. There's a historical evidence room. Wow, look at this. Look at this page. So actually it's like 14 years of Japanese occupation of northeast of China. Dongbei. Shout out to Dongbei. This is literally the very first front line when Japan tried to invade China. This is in the northeast. Dongbei, northeast of China. You feel that? I mean, people tried everything to do the, go against the invasion. 艰苦卓绝14年, 14 years of hardship of people in Dongbei, northeast of China. Manchuria, actually we shouldn't call that Manchuria. Japanese people call this Manchuria because they tried to occupy this area as Manchuria country. But we should never call this place Manchuria. We should call this place Dongbei. It's Chinese name. So you see, 1931. Look at this introduction. So on September 18th, 1931, the Japanese Guangdong Army staged. Can you guys see the characters? They planned like an incident in Shenyang, and they claimed there's like a missing soldiers, and they tried to go inside and investigate it. And the Kuomintang government that back then was not like Qing Dynasty, it's already like Republic of China, claimed that the settling instability at home comes before resisting foreign aggression, and adopted a now. Take a screenshot here. Resistance policy in event. So the Republic of China chose to non-resistant policy. Thank you, Madam Cook, Diane. So, but they allow Japanese army come in, and then starting from there, Japan just coming in, taking whatever they want. So that's why we'll be talking about Republic of China got some problem back then, when they allowing Japan to go inside. And then they start to taking people's things, occupy everything. And that's the starting of the war with Japan. And Japan with China. Take a screenshot here. You guys got a screenshot? You guys read the whole things already? They not only give strong support for national entity. Yes. See this anti-Japanese militarist civilians in the northeast China fought 14-year-long life and death struggle against the Japanese invaders for national independence, peace and justice. So people of this local sacrifice a lot, so that's a museum for people. Please tap the chat for the people here. From Changchun, from Harbin, from Heilongjiang province, Jilin province, the three provinces suffered a lot. Okay, I think for people who have problem with understanding the history of Japan and China, you should come here. So this occupation of North Sea China by force, in order to achieve a strategic goal of occupying Manchukuo and Mongolia first. After throughout planning and careful preparations, the Japanese aggressors seized opportunity when Western countries were encountering a serious economic crisis, when Chiang Kai-shek was busy launching anti-communist civil war. Launched September 18th incidents unexpected in 1931, and then occupied the whole North Sea China in a short time. This action by Japan is not only the beginning of a regional war aggression against China, but also the first of the world fascist war of aggression. You didn't know that, Caroline? That's all the living proof here. So now there's all a long history of aggression against China. Ever since 1868, they start planning, but they just didn't got enough power or the right time. 1874, they invaded Taiwan and they blackmailed the government there for like 500,000 pounds of silver. See, so what you're saying here, like North Sea of China right here. North Sea of China right here. And then Japan's right here, right? So usually Japan will be taking place Korea. That's where Korea is located. Japan will be going right. They will always destroy Korea first. Korea was under occupation of Japan for a long time throughout history. And usually when China is strong, we always help Korea to go against Japan. But when we are weak, they want to destroy Korea first. And then going to this, they starting from northeast of China. Right now we're here. This is Changchun. Right here. This is where we are right now. But back then they will be starting from Shenyang and then exploding this whole area. Trying to stop China from taking back Taiwan. What? The Taiwan won? No, Taiwan is an individual government. Taiwan is right here. Right? So the problem with Taiwan is always the civil war. It's just like not ending civil war between China, mainland, and Taiwan. And then in 1874, Japan took that. And at that time, they are not occupied, or they're not occupied. You see, they're doing lots of like slaughtering and massacre in China too. See, 1904, Japan tried to take over East Asia, compete with Russia. So North Sea of China has always been this kind of area that have lots of war. But they don't have English version here, bro. So September 19th is when the incident occupied the northeast province of China. Hey guys, we're live in a museum of China in Changchun. So now we're in this kind of like historical evidence room. Imagine we're in northeast of China. This is when Japanese people occupy it. The Japanese flag. Thank you, Caroline. That's all the living evidence. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, China do have lots of beautiful places to go right now. But if you can come to China to the museum to see everything here, you know, it's worth it. Like this, this is one of the history you never learn from the Western media. The narrative is never talking about this. They never mention, like most of the people in the West doesn't even know Japan used to be this kind of monster. That's all the evidence. That's all the old pictures of them occupying this whole place. You guys all know Harbin right now, right? This is when they occupy Harbin. 1932, February 5th, Japan occupied Harbin. Only used 4 months and 18 days. They occupy 3 major provinces in the northeast of China. Because back then the government was too corrupted. They will follow Jen the Queen. Welcome. Where are you from, Jen? They're trying to censor this guy right now. Cousin Nina now. Yeah, Caroline. Both account? No, the other accounts we rely from here. My DJ account. But I started the live stream from there because I tried to. I was thinking maybe they try to stop the cell phone live feed. It's fun. Master level. Yes. Let's keep going here. That's good. No, Terracotta Warrior is in Xi'an, Shanxi province. So you see, that's their old pen. You know, this is the northeast of China, Dongbei, right? We call Dongbei. So they used to, you know, Japanese occupy this whole area. Try to call this place called Manchukuo. So they try to call this place like Manchuria. They try to let the whole world remember this area as Manchukuo. The actually is called Dongbei of China, northeast of China. You see, this is the old map they try to put people in. They try to brainwash the whole world, saying, look, this is a new country. There's new Manchukuo. There's the Manchuria area, and that's, you know, for all the people that they put the last emperor here. We're now at the palace of the Manchu area, of the Manchu palace. Right, there's like of the last emperor. They put the last emperor as hostage. Try to blackmail the whole China. Try to make people believe that's a new dynasty that working with Japanese government. And then make the whole people from China believe that's your future, but guess what? People don't buy it. People just don't buy it. People just don't buy it. Where's Bui? We're at his palace right now, Steve. He's right now right now we're in his palace. In the rose, 你好吗? So you see, like, northeast of China, Dongbei going through a lot through the history. Like what Germans did to occupy France, yeah, they did it the same for Korean warriors. Right, I'm saying the same thing. Look, you guys see the map here? Let's go back to the map for people who don't know anything about locations, right? Let's go back to the map. See ya. No, here's where they set up the temporary government called like emperor of the Manchu palace. So look, this is Japan, right? That area is Japan. That's Japan, and this is Korea. This is Korea. So throughout the history, when China was strong, Japan will always go over. Like when they try to attack Korea always got help from China. So when China was strong, Japan never can touch Korea. But when China was weak, they would always try to destroy Korea first. They will always try to destroy Korea first, right here. So this is China, this is Japan, this is Korea. So they will always go over Korea. When they try to invade China, Korea is always the first place when they try to occupy. And yeah, actually we shouldn't call this whole place Manchuria. Manchuria is where Japan want people to remember. But actually the whole place we call Dongbei, right? So they set up this, when they occupy northeast of China, they set up this temporary government, putting the last emperor Puyi as this kind of new emperor and try to make people believe that's Manchuria. But actually, we shouldn't call this whole area Manchuria. We should call this place Dongbei. French occupied Vietnam, right? And that's why, like, then you will understand why Chinese people are so strong with our identity as Chinese, because we are the nation. We suffered the loss. People stands out. See here? That's the whole place of this new country. Did France occupy? France never occupied China, but they do take some. We have like 8 countries. 8 countries union. They are looted. Most of the time they're not occupied. They just like come here taking stuff and make you pay. They will temporarily occupy taking stuff and make you pay. They will temporarily occupy some place and they will. No, Ziyan. You see, Ziyan, that's what you learn from the. Okay, the signal is not good. The signal is not good. Can we go out? Can we go out a little bit? Let me do this. Good. Go back. Guys, because they want to conquer China, so and their palm, right? The signal comes and goes. Yes, I think we start losing signal while we're going. We're back. Back now. I mean, I know, like, maybe we shouldn't talk this on this account. Guys, let's go back to the. Let me turn off the light from this account and go check Hemi Wonders because we're talking like sensitive stuff. God doesn't like that. But for this account, I'll be coming back on this one shopping mall tonight, and tomorrow will be the Ice Festival. If you want to see more, like, go check the Hemi Wonders account. I'm going live on Hemi Wonders right now, and find Hemi Wonders on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. It's called Hemi Wonders. Caroline, it's called Hemi Wonders. Okay, let's go back to that. Okay, and then I will check the comment there because we cannot talk. I don't want to ruin my account here. We definitely feel something going on with my account right now. I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, and go check this. We're live right now. We're live right now. Same camera. Yeah, that's like a DJI camera. Okay, let me end the live here. We'll start from there. Okay. Okay, we're back, guys. Let me do this. Are we still here? Still here, guys? Yeah, sorry. Let me just try to have my voice, everything ready. Hold on. We're back. We're good, Aqua, okay. Yeah. We're back in. Oh, we can even do this? No, it's like that. Yeah, for people who don't have our main account, this is my main account, but my main account got a problem with the some censorship. So usually, we don't talk about. I didn't expect this place will be so heavy. So now, if you're interested in history, let's come back to my life here. let's go explore. Let's go explore the whole place. And for the live stream here, you can actually click this to have like a horizontal view, so you can have like a more stuff to see. Okay. And also, you know, if you want to, like, you can also search me on TikTok, like YouTube and Twitch. 好了 Diane, hi, Diane. 你好吗? You back, Jenny? Let's go. I think going through that area will be lose some signal. Let's keep going. So that's all the rich. Did the French occupy China or not? No, like French, German, all the European countries, they did occupy a little bit, but not so much. Mainly I think the British are doing the most. French do occupy a little bit, but most of the time they're just try to blackmail China to pay the money, to pay the silver, everything. You know. Yes. So that's the Japanese military suit. Did you hear me talking, Freddy? Yes, Brahma. But they're not like occupying that place for long. They just occupy part of it. They use this kind of occupation for asking for money. So back then China was too weak. You know, that's all those. See, that's all the foreign like forces. Okay, now here the signal is not good, bro. Damn, signal here is not good. Okay. When? Ever since Qing Dynasty was set up, you know, like Ming Dynasty, there's no occupation. Ming Dynasty, China was pretty strong. And there's one fun fact about Qing Dynasty too. Are we still here? Are we still here? So one thing about Qing Dynasty is like from Man ethnic groups. So the owner of Qing Dynasty was actually not like majorly Han Chinese, and people right now, recent years, we have the like discovery about, you know, the Man, this kind of like a Man royalty family. They be moving all the assets to overseas too since 1800s, and they be manipulating Chinese people, or you know, just still manipulating people, and the way all those foreign countries are so coming into China so easily is also because of Qing Dynasty. Before Qing Dynasty, we never had this kind of massive invasions. China used to be pretty strong. Throughout the history, like unless Yuan Dynasty, you know, Genghis Khan, like come to China, taking over China, and he also tried to be Chinese. Okay, he tried to be China. He tried because Chinese land is too strong. You know, people are too complicated. You cannot change people's thinking in mass population in this on this land for such a long time. Is the main format? Yes, we're going live with my cameras. Yeah. So like before Qing Dynasty, it's so hard to invade China. China used to be most powerful country on this planet. So you don't see so many occupation, but after Qing Dynasty, people start to realize like actually maybe the emperor got something to do with all the foreign powers. You see the last emperor, he got put into this kind of position Qing Dynasty has been selling out lots of things from China mainland. And the more places you go, will find out. And the problem is like, how can we win the war? Is because regular people, ordinary people. You see all those people. Those two guys are used to, you know, study. They were living outside of China. You know, all the like Chinese overseas. They come back, try to join the army, try to fight the Japanese army. The rise of resisting Japanese aggression and national salvation movement. We need our people to save our country, not the Qing Dynasty or the Republic of China. Was the richest country during Qing Dynasty? Yes, but it's the end. You know, right now people are thinking out. Actually, at the Ming Dynasty, we were the most powerful. You know, Qing Dynasty also changed lots of history about Ming Dynasty. Actually, Ming Dynasty is where we are at the top. Yeah. Okay, now we lose signal now. So it's weird. Keep going now.